empowering each other in servant leadership to create excellent customer experiences and impact the community for good.
Crushed it. Alright. And our mission statement as well is just like our core values, what we want to point back to, and how we make our decisions, and how we act throughout the day. So,
Sharing the love of Jesus with our community through the sport of ninja.
Great job.
Hi,
We have a newcomer today. We're welcoming James. You don't have to share much, but do you mind telling us what location you'll be at and what you'll be doing?
I'll work at Fuquay and I'll do minis and daycare.
Nice. Well, we're having that. Alright. And then this is the part of the night where we want to shout out good news and encourage each other. So I think all of you as employees are absolutely amazing, but we're gonna give a little bit of extra time to just give each other a little shout out here and there. If we take 30 seconds to a minute to think, awkward silence is totally fine. But we'll go for a few minutes and then we'll move on. Hello.
I would like to shout out the entire Apex coaching staff. We hit a new record this last week of 418 students. And it only happens because of all the coaches working so hard and taking on busy classes and dealing with all the crazy kids and creating excellent customer experiences so people keep on coming back and telling their friends to come. So
Yeah.
Porter.
I just wanted to shout out my friend Kai for number one helping me get back into coaching level 2s because he's been very helpful with that when I've worked classes, and also helping to cover some of my shifts because my schedule has been very turbulent and required me to be in some places. So thank you, Kai.
I wanted to shout out the Hour Brothers with the big competition coming up this weekend. I know I've seen Josh working tons in the workshop. I'm in Apex less, but I'm sure Caleb's working just as hard. And yeah, they're super prepared, so just props to them.
Shout out Michael, Josh, and Silas. They really took time with the competition team to create resolutions with us. Seems like they're really trying to help us lock in for this next year and help finish out the season strong. Been very helpful, really been pushing us a lot this season. So a big shout out to all the comp team coaches. Yeah. Just keep those back.
Shout out to my weekend crew. They've been crushing it, but specifically to Seth, Philip, Ransom, Ben, and Christina who worked the Nerf night on Saturday. We had, I think, 42 or 43 kids, and it was super crazy, and they crushed it as far as I can tell. There was one kid who accidentally fell and he split open his ear, but they were all super helpful with that, and he's okay and his ear's good, but otherwise, they crushed it, so thank you guys for being awesome.
Shout out to Joby, Ben, Philip, and Ransom, wherever Ransom is sitting. We had a basement rig, and it went absolutely phenomenal. We got everything up in the time that we needed. Super fancy, super cool place, and it all went smooth.
Nice. Good job, guys.
I got something. It was Saturday. We worked a parents' night out with like 45 kids. We had me, Kai, James, Tori, Wesley, and Tracy working that shift, and it was a very chaotic shift. There's a few situations, but all the coaches worked together, and it went fluidly, very easy with that amount of kids. Yeah, very good work to all the weekend.
Yeah. Maybe one more.
Shout out Jesh. I don't know if he's here, but super long drive on Friday to Atlanta and back to pick up some lumber. Oh, there he is. Hi, Jesh. I'm shouting you out. Good job on driving. But yeah, he was driving on Friday and super long drive. So yeah, good job.
Well, thank you for going with him as well. Alright, we're going to move on to our next segment. Jennifer.
Okay, so towards the middle to end of last year, we added like a ton of jobs, Apex Day Camp, Fuquay Day Camp, ops, and so on. So that was kind of like a trial to just kind of get our feet wet. In doing this, it helps leadership have accountability to see where tracking hours are going, so tracking labor and revenue accurately, and keeping payroll and reporting it clean. So for 2026, we asked you guys put it in full effect. So just general expectations. I'm going to keep it quick because we have a lot to talk through, but you guys see just always clocking in under the right category. And then if you move to the next slide, Hannah, I wrote like how to clock in, switching jobs. You don't have to clock out. There's a button that says switch if you're going from like day camp to classes or classes to ops or whatever. And then clocking out, how to do that. A couple little notes and reminders and what not to do or what's not required. And then on the next slide, Hannah, the next one, there's a QR code that will bring you to the document with like pretty much every description leadership and I put together. If you guys find something that we may have missed, just let me know and I'll add it. And if you have questions, ask Hannah and I. And if you clock in and you forget to clock in under something, just please be detailed and leave a note. And then requesting time off, I just wanted to mention this. Make sure it's 2 weeks in advance. I know there's a lot of new employees that have had like some time off requests come in, and I'm like, that's this weekend. But yeah, just short, sweet, to the point. Let us know if you have any questions. Yeah.
Will that be in Slack, that document?
Yeah, Joby will post. I could post it in Drive, but he's gonna post it in probably tomorrow. All the slides.
And if you want to, you can scan it now too. Yeah, we can leave it up.
It's not working when we scan it. It's like popping up, not going through.
Okay, we'll do a different one.
I'll just copy it in Slack right now. Yeah. Anyone else have questions? Thanks.
Thank you. Josh is not here yet.
We can go back to it.
Okay, we'll go back to it. Jody!
All right, big shout out to the crew up there, to Seth and to Philip and Ben. That's who that is in the picture, in case you can't tell, since their eyes are covered.
That was our eye protection.
Yes, they did a great job. So, shout out to them, and Joshua, awesome design on that rig. And then Caleb designed our last garage rig we did, which was awesome as well. So, shout out to all you guys. Next, I'm going to talk to you about Right Now Media. So, we've got access to Right Now Media. The gym pays for you to have a premium subscription for that. And it's been a while since we've reminded you of that. So some of you that are new that don't have your subscription, haven't activated it, you can join for free. You can scan that QR code, and there's a link in Slack that just got sent out for you to join. So if you're newish, like in the last 6 or 8 months or something, since we've sent that out or announced it, we would highly recommend joining that. Awesome resources on there. We've used it for a lot of our professional development that we've done in the past, and we're planning on using it again this year. So it's much better if you're ready. Plus, there's great resources for learning, for not just professional development, but for personal development. There's some awesome Bible studies on there. There's kids shows that we watch in my house sometimes, and there are a lot of mental health resources and a lot of other resources. So I would encourage you to check it out and make good use of it. All right.
Okay, again.
This is just a open gym policy reminder just for everybody who works for weekends specifically, we in Apex and I believe in Fuquay as well, we've been having a little bit more issues with parents just either not giving inside and dropping off their kids again, and leaving them for a long period of time, or dropping their kid off and not saying when they come back, and then it's been 2 hours, 3 hours, and their kid's still here, but our open gym is at the max time is they're allowed to be here for 2 hours if their parents aren't here. So this is what we have on a document that all of the parents have access to, but it's for dropping off your kids for ages 5 and up only, and like I said, the 4 and younger must have a parent with them at all times. Make sure that if you see a kid walk in and their parent is there, be like, oh, are your parents coming in? If they say no, you need to, like, as someone who's either checking them in or out on the floor, you need to go and try and see if their parents are out in the car and make sure that they're not like just leaving their kid without saying anything. And then the biggest thing too, because if they stay longer, like if the parents don't come back after that 2 hour maximum timeout, make sure that before the parent leaves, if they drop them off, make sure that there is a phone number either under the kid's account or the parent's account, because we need a way to be able to contact parents. A, make sure that parents are okay, and B, make sure that they know that their kid either needs to be picked up or that they need to be here with their kid. So just a reminder, if you're working on weekends, just to remember to stay in contact with those parents, and also make sure that if you see the kid is like their name is signed up for multiple open gyms, that you are letting the parents know that they'll need to come back in like 2 hours. So yeah, that's about it.
Thank you, Macy. Tracy. Okay. All right, so this might look a little familiar if any of you have ever been to high school. And so we are going to be doing some weekend experiments for this season. Ken has been so kind to say, hey, just try stuff. So without the pressure of feeling like we have to succeed in everything that we do, we're going to try and see what we can do. So the problem that we have is that we were observing that our weekend numbers are consistently lower than our target had been. So the question that we ask is, well, what can we do to fill our gyms? And so the hypothesis is weekend loyalty. If we could achieve weekend loyalty by a consistent weekend schedule of public events, hopefully this will increase our attendance and revenue. So this is what we're hoping to achieve. So our first experiment is to create and implement a standardized schedule for weekend public events to be held every Saturday night, unless we're hosting a competition. Some of you may think, didn't we already have that? Well, we've always had a pretty systematic schedule for birthday parties in general for the daytime, but we've often allowed and left spaces open in the evening for a possible party. And so for a season, we're going to attempt to, instead of allowing any parties in the evening on Saturday, we're going to have a special event every evening on a Saturday that we don't have a competition. So we're hoping that that is going to, in some way, build loyalty for our weekends, so that a parent might be able to say, hey, it's Saturday, we hadn't really planned in advance to get a sitter, but I know that Rock Solid has something going on every Saturday night. We could drop them off, the kids will have a good time. So this is the hope, and that's what we're going to try and see how that works out. Another experiment we're going to try is some new Saturday classes and training sessions. And then experiment 3, I left with question marks because I know that there are so many of you who are creative and have some great ideas that I don't have. That I don't consider myself a very creative person when it comes to those kinds of things at all. And I know I've heard some great ideas, these ideas that we have here. But I know that some of you probably have some great ideas of what you think might work to fill in our dead spots on Saturday. So please think about it, and if you've got ideas, let me know. Slack me your ideas. We'd love to try. And so our analysis and conclusion is we will evaluate each month in this season how it's going, and we'll tweak as we need to. Some questions we'll be asking is, has providing a consistent schedule achieved a level of loyalty? Do we see that we're having that effect? Have our numbers improved? Is it sustainable? These are the things that we'll be evaluating. And for those of you who work weekends, your input's going to be really valuable to us to help us to decide these things. Okay, next one. Oh, sorry, question. Yes?
So that way we can get our minds thinking in the right track. What would you say are the 3 to 5 most popular weekend events? Like, I know maybe Glow Night might be one of them, or Nerf Night might be one of them. Like, when you think of like, oh, this is the one where we get all the kids. What are the 3 that
our most popular are Parents' Night Out, Nerf Night, and then Gaga Ball actually is often very popular. Glow Night is a pretty new one. It has been very popular, so we'll see if it continues in that. Yeah, but Parents' Night Out is almost an always go-to. So we actually plan to try to implement as much as possible to do 2 a month for this next season and see how that goes in each gym. Any other questions about that? Okay, so how can you help? Pass along your creative ideas, like I mentioned. Please, anything that you might think of, Slack me, and we'll see if we can implement them. And enjoy your weekend shifts. We hope to have a lot since we'll be hopefully quite busy. So enjoy having your weekend shifts. Okay? All right. Thanks.
Okay, so as some of you may know or may have experienced, like if you have a child that is in your class or at day camp that maybe needs a little bit more special attentions or a little bit more special needs, this may have happened to you or may not have. But sometimes it can be quite stressful. You don't know how to handle them or control them, or they're running around and not listening. So we know that can be pretty stressful. So hopefully we have a policy that's been going to be going on the website. So hopefully this will happen is like, if we do have like a child that has special needs that wants to try class, that we can just like know in advance and hopefully cater towards them. As we know, some of them have like great success in classes and are like, don't need a whole lot of extra attention. They can follow along really well. But some of them need more one-on-one attention and need like one-on-one coaching, and that's totally fine. But we just want to know that and not have people just sign up for classes and then be like, oh wow, this kid needs to be like physically like held or restrained like to not run across the gym. So yeah, we have a new policy. It's pretty much just telling parents like, hey, if they do have any special needs or things that we are not aware of, that just tell us at the front desk and they'll communicate that to the coaches. So maybe if you just need to be a little bit more patient with certain people, that way you know in advance, or maybe they have to do a different class. So that's pretty much about it. Anyone have any questions, comments, concerns? It'll pretty much won't affect you guys too much. Hopefully help you guys in classes and be more prepared and aware. Yeah.
Where do I find this information?
It is on our website. And actually, yeah, where do I find this information?
Isabella put it together and put it all on the website for us. So there should be a sign, if it's not there now, but in the next week or so, a sign that should be put on your location's desk for people to see. And then when you're on for classes, you can, once you click classes online, scroll down to the special needs policy at the bottom. I forgot to add arrows, sorry. And then as well with the special events page, if you scroll down, it'll be at the bottom of it there. And then if you're on your phone, you can also look at frequently asked questions, and when it should be under those as well. So thank you for Josh putting together that document, and Isabella for putting it where it's accessible.
Yeah.
And you can still ask questions.
talk about Ninjas of the Month. This last month we ended up taking a break because of the holidays and everything. But Jen and Lauren have been great in being on top of these and sending them out to you guys every month. After this past year, we had 8 categories, which is amazing to try to hit everyone in all different categories. But we're just learning there's some categories that we have less people of, and so we just narrowed it down to do fewer categories. For Fuquay, we're gonna start this again in this month, and then go for the February Ninja of the Month. But for Fuquay, there's gonna be 1 male and 1 female class ninja nomination, and this is voting from minis to adults. So just if you have a level 2 child that you think is really standing out, you can vote for them or any other class level that you're coaching for that category. And then for Fuquay, there's 1 male and 1 female competition program athlete. And then Apex, only difference is there's just 1 competition program athlete instead of a male and a female. And then this form will be required for all class coaches. So if you coach any classes or part of the class Slack channel, this will be sent out in the middle of the month to vote by the end of the month, and then there'll be reminders for that. And then for the competition program athlete nominations, if you're not coaching Comp Clinic, Compact Team, Comp Team Junior, Comp Team, you won't need a vote for that, but if you are, then it is required. And then if you will go to the next slide. Thank you. And then why do we do it and how to nominate athletes? Why we do it is to nominate athletes that stand out for the way they embrace our character traits and represent rock solid, well both at the gym and in competitions, as implies. We started Ninjas of the Month to recognize and encourage ninja athletes who are putting in extra effort during training, who are passionate about the sport and focused on uplifting others. And then how you can do it, kind of like I explained, we'll be sending out a Google form. Jen and Lauren will send it out to the Apex class channel and Fuquay class channel next week. And then you guys can just click on the link there and fill out the form. And then this thing on the right is an example of what it will look like afterwards, but for a description of why you're nominating that athlete and what they've done, like how you've seen them stand out or work hard, and just kind of giving details so then we can share that with the public and then give them their certification. Any questions on that? Okay. Yes.
Do I have to nominate a male and a female?
Oh, yes. For Fuquay, both categories is male and female, and then for Apex, classes are male and female, and then competition programs is just 1 person. Any other questions?
All right, so we have an NSC qualifier this weekend. We have a lot of competitors this weekend. And then if they are not competing, you have a lot of other coaches who are helping run the competition. So as employees, you get free spectating, so you guys can show up when you want, be a part of the spectating group. We do ask you if you're not working on the clock, please don't wear your staff shirt so it's not confusing to guests that are in the building. And then as well, just make sure that you're not behind the desk or places that would also be confusing if you're not supposed to be working. Any questions about that?
Family members? Just want to add something on. I know Wednesday night and like Thursday we'll be like setting up obstacles and things. So if you see like, a new obstacle that is up, please do not move it. We'll try to like maybe put like some tape or something on it too. That way you guys know that hey, this is like for the competition. And classes might be like ever so slightly modified on Thursday. So hopefully it can be slightly adaptable, but it won't be like major overhauled.
And just to add on to that, this includes rigging. So this is more for the big rig stuff. So for things like adult classes, potentially level 3 stuff like that.
That's me. I got it.
Yeah, cool. I don't know if anybody else sets that up, but just making sure to not move any of the bars itself. Yeah.
Thank you.
And if we see new obstacles, are they fine to share with other people who might be competing?
No.
Okay.
No.
So if we see new obstacles as well, we want to keep it to ourselves.
Yes. Yes.
Just wanted to clarify. Okay.
Spectators, guests,
Spectators,
or employees.
employee guests need to pay as they are not employed. So you can bring your friends. They just have to
All my friends are
Jen.
employees.
People that are competing will basically see the obstacles being put up, right? Like if they work here, like say I work here and I'm competing this weekend because I'm so strong, I'm not going to be able to see the obstacles, right?
They won't. Yeah, they'll be done with their shift when they start being set up. Now they might be able to see bars that are in specific spot, but they should not be seeing brand new obstacles. They have done, including Joby, has gone to great lengths, so that does not happen. That is a great question. It's 20 per person for the whole weekend, and it's 40 per family for the whole weekend.
Free for you.
Kai,
Does my mom have to pay?
are you competing?
I emailed her. She should be.
Okay.
She just, yeah.
Yeah, if
Are
you're
you-
competing and you're under 18, you get one free
Yes.
spectator. Coach or parent or
Alright, good question. Alright, I get the honor, and I am delighted to announce drum roll please. Elizabeth Cardin has worked so hard over this last, she's worked with us for years. She basically worked with us since it started. But over this last year, she has been training, putting in lots of hours, being super flexible with my crazy schedule all over the place, and it's been a huge help. So she has been promoted to the operations manager assistant at South Apex. If you have any questions about that, feel free to ask. Congratulations. Thanks for all your hard work. Thank you.
me. All right, so every year, if you worked here a while, you've probably seen our vision traction organizer, or at least you should have, and maybe seen it. I don't know. We try to post it out after we have our vision meetings, which we do once a season, which is 3 times a year. But at the end of the year, we also spend a little extra time looking at the vision part of that vision traction organizer. The whole idea is, vision is like, where are we going, where are we trying to get to, and then traction is more like, what are we doing to get there, right? So at the end of the year, we had our vision meeting, and I wanted to emphasize our 10-year target. We're like halfway there. Like, we opened up in 2019, it's like now 2026, so we're actually more than halfway there. The goal is by the beginning of 2030, hitting these goals. You want to? So I just want to go over those 4 bullet points kind of real quick. So 2030, 4 or more locations in Wake County, including at least 1 junior location. So where are we at with that? All right. I'm delighted to announce, drum roll please. Walls, this is actually about a week ago, so I'm hoping there's more walls now than there were when this picture was taken. But it is actually going up. And the stuff right there in the front, left, that's us. So we're going to act, and that's right along Main Street. So it'll be the only location we have that you can actually see from the road. What an amazing thing. So we're excited about that. And I'm hearing late spring, early fall.
Wow, no summer, huh? Late spring, early fall.
Sorry, late spring, early summer. But hey, I'm not ruling out early fall.
If it's going to be visible from the road, is there a chance to have one of those giant McDonald's signs that you see on the side of the road, highway, but for Rock Solid Warrior, so people can just see it for miles around?
No. We don't. Every town has silly sign ordinances, and somehow McDonald's gets by. But there was a massive rock that they dug up, and then Michael Wastley had the foresight to say, "Can we keep that rock? Because it's actually kind of the shape of our thing. So we're going to try to keep that out front, and have our logo painted on. We'll see if we actually get away with that or not. That's kind of cool. So I mean, it's like this big. Like, yeah, I mean, bigger than even Josh can pick up, you know. Caleb might be able to. All right, and check this out. What's this?
West Apex.
Who's this? What's this? So we actually signed a lease 2 weeks ago. Yeah. That is the architect's rendering. And if you can see that site plan over there, of course you can read that. Where it's located is, next slide. Yeah, like right over there, which 64, you know where 540 hits 64? And if you're familiar with that, it's like, you see the red there? That's where the traffic is all the time? Yeah. So, and 751 is where like it goes up to Chapel Hill. So the people I talked to there, Dribble and Squish has a basketball training thing. They opened up and they said they were cash flow positive in the first month. Wow. Drawing people from Chapel Hill, Pittsburgh, Raleigh, Cary, because of, it's just so easy to get to as long as you avoid that. So yeah, so now they're saying fall of 2027 or early 2028. So it could be 2029. Hopefully by 2030 we'll hit it. But yeah. So and it's about 15 to 20 minutes away, depending on what time of day you're hitting the traffic over there. So the plan is it's going to be a junior location, which basically means we're going to fill it up with all these little people, and all the offerings we have except pretty much the competition stuff, right? So instead of building like the advanced rigs and having competitions there, we're just going to keep it for the smaller than the heart of what we do, day camps up to like level 2, and if they get really good, we'll say, guess what? You can drive 15 more minutes and come over here for competition. Whether we do a little mini comp team or whatever, we'll see how that evolves, of course. But generally speaking, we're going to build it with that in mind, and they'll probably be like twice the size of minis that we have here, because every time we put mini stuff, more people come. So we're going to try to do that. And we'll see. So it's really kind of early for the plant. It's going to be about a little under 10,000 square feet. And if you go back one more. So like that building, we are actually right in the middle of the building. There's actually 3 buildings that are going up there right now. They'll be in the middle building, which is like when you come in the street, you turn in, you will be facing rock solid work. So like all the other people, they don't matter. And there's going to be a tumble gym next to us, which would be great because people are going to bring their little 2 and 3 and 4-year-olds, and they're going to say, "Oh, well, you want to really have fun? Just go over there." So we'll see. I'm really excited about it, and couldn't be a better location. If you don't know anything about the way Apex is growing, there's like another 50,000 people going to be there in a couple of years. It's just all happening around the west side of Apex. Yes, sir.
Who is they and how do they know that?
Who is they and how they know that? So the economic director at Apex has these reports, and Apex currently has 78,000 plus or minus people, and they said by 2030 there will be over 120,000 people in Apex. That's just based on building projects that are on the books. So if somebody else comes with more building projects between now and then, they will,
even more.
There will be even more. Yeah.
More people.
And all the infrastructure that used to not be there at 751 and 64 is getting put in by Apex. I don't think anybody's seen. If they've been out there, there's like the massive PepsiCo distribution center and stuff. So they're bringing all the infrastructure out there that used to not be there. So, yeah. And it's right along what, Joby?
Right along the tobacco trail.
The tobacco trail runs right
On the tobacco trail.
For these runners out here, the guys crazy that actually go to run. All right, so any questions about any of that? All right, cool. So back to our vision stuff. Next point: influencing other gyms in the ninja sport through example and service. You probably already know some of this, but so Mr. Michael Bellion is the Ninja Sport Ambassador, and some of the things he's been doing is he just over this Christmas holidays he stopped on his way up to New York. Train a bunch of people in Delaware who asked for, hey, how do we get our ninja up? And something like that, right?
Yeah, no, you had an excellent impression of that.
Yeah. So Michael's been training that, and then with that, that was kind of a pilot. You know, if somebody else asked for that, you know, he knows how to do it. He kind of prototyped it, so that's really cool. They also, one of the first things they did was get our coaching videos, pay for that online. Some of them actually watched it. Yeah.
That's a great comment.
Yeah. And so that's cool. And then, of course, Michael has been the NSC judge, unparalleled. If you watch NSC, it's like the amount of missed calls he doesn't make is amazing. And unfortunately, he doesn't miss any calls for our guys. But you know,
he makes calls.
It's too bad. Yeah. Anyway, but that'd be great. The other thing, as far as influencing other gyms, I don't know how many people are familiar with Apogee Schools, but it's Apogee Strong Schools. They started a few years ago. There's now 100 and some, maybe 200 and some around the country in the last 2 years. And they are a very active school, a lot of project-based stuff and a lot of activity. And they need places during the day. So I've been hooking up some of those people with some gyms around the country that they can get daytime revenue, which helps them get better because if you get daytime revenue, you can do more things in your gym. So that's kind of cool. And just talked to a guy who's looking at opening up a gym in Fayetteville. Talked to him about some ideas of how he can get money during the day so he can make it successful. So that's something where, you know, people are finding out about Rock Solid and coming to us. And of course, I've got connections to Ninja Master also, so that's been really helpful. And as we grow the sport, right, that just helps everybody. There's a statement, the rising tide lifts all boats, right? More ninja, more people know about the sport, it helps everybody, so that's exciting. And then Caleb and Jesh have been, Caleb has been especially been working on Design System 3.0. And we're hoping that once we get that down, and we've been working with, I don't know, you want to say anything about that, Caleb, or not? Just
it'll hopefully be better than what we have in Apex and Fuquay, and we can sell it to other gyms. As far as the rigging system, how we install bars and obstacles and all that kind of fun stuff. So we're working with the manufacturer who can mass produce it, and hopefully, so we'll use it for our future gyms, but also hopefully sell it to other gyms who want to have easily adjustable obstacles instead of spending an hour on every clamp using aluminum system.
Right. So that's something we're doing. And then last but not least, we're hooking up these last two again at the same time. Never sacrificing culture, growing leaders from within. Drum roll, please.
I fixed it.
Oh man, that was just my joke.
Oh, was it?
Oh well.
It looks terrible.
I had her overlapped over top of Elizabeth's thing. It was kind of cool.
Sorry.
Thanks, Joby. All right.
Joby's a great go behind to make sure it's good.
Do you want to say anything about that? Before you go to the next, no, before you go to the next one.
Do you want to say anything about that?
Well, you said that I was going to introduce it if you wanted to say anything about it.
Do you want to explain what it is?
Okay, sure, I'll do that. We obviously rehearsed it. So, yeah, so many organizations have both the chief executive officer and the chief operations officer. And I've kind of been playing that role with a lot of the things I've been doing to kind of like keep track of KPIs and then keeping certain managers in line. I won't mention their names. Things like that. No, I'm kidding. But really, it's the chief operations officer is the one who's really kind of making sure that it executes well. And of course, if you know Hannah, you know she's doing a great job of that in Apex.
Amen.
And she is going to be taking a little bit of time off sometime later this year. So one of her things that she'll be talking about is how to replace yourself here in some ways, but also playing that role as we expand and have more places. that chief operations officer will be kind of making sure that all the gyms are keeping track of our culture and operating well, right? Now, do you want to say anything?
I'm very excited that I continue to get to be a part of Rock Solid. The time off, like we mentioned last time, is Caleb and I will be hopefully bringing a little baby into the world. Hopefully this will be settled. Our goal is to hopefully have everything or a plan in place by the end of April, and filling my role here, and then having measurables of what the new role will look like. So very blessed that I get to continue being a part of Rock Solid and getting to continue to be a part of their growth, and help keep, I don't know if you guys love working here, but I love working here, and so helping keep that culture and energy across all the locations as we continue to grow. So very blessed to be able to continue that. So thank you, Ken, for the conversation.
All right, and so that was kind of the bigger vision stuff. In the shorter term, the traction part of our VTO is the stuff we're doing, like 1-year goals and seasonal goals. And that, I just posted that to Slack a little while ago. You can review that. There's a lot of stuff on there. We spent a whole day getting to it, so I'm not going to spend a whole day reading it to you, so you all can get some sleep. But I just want to highlight just kind of really 4 categories of the seasonal rocks. One is getting ready for Rollsville, obviously. A lot of work being done behind the scenes in marketing and building stuff ahead of time so that when we can actually get into the building, we can get it built really quick and get open. Preparing for the leadership transitions. Again, with that, some people are moving over to Rollsville, some other things that are happening here, as Hannah already alluded to. And as was already mentioned, experimenting on weekends. Going to be doing that for a while. Got a few different ideas of some other things we want to do, but we're going to do a couple at a time and see how that goes. And then, yeah, our whole marketing approach. We've used a lot of Google Ads in the past. In case you don't know anymore, if you Google something, AI gives you an overview, and half the people don't read down, and all the other things are advertisements, and you can't actually find any real information. But we've decided we're going to start trying the YouTube ads, YouTube videos, and Jacob has been helping us with that. How many people saw any of the commercials we made so far? You. Yeah. Good job. And got a couple more coming soon, right? And so we're going to be doing that, and we've definitely had a few people say they've seen it already. And we're also tweaking the way that we advertise that, but then also that'll help us as we get ready to open up Rollsville, just start advertising up there. Because right now, we're trying not to spend a lot of money running ads in Rollsville, because we don't know when we're going to be open. But we are doing some other things in the background to make awareness happen there. So, and again, our goal is really to get people who, for some reason, don't know about us to know we exist, right? And when you interrupt their program with a YouTube ad, we're hoping that's going to work. We'll see. We just got started on it, so we're going to be tracking that. And yeah, the rest of the VTO, read for yourself, please. If you have any questions, there's for the seasonal goals, there's people's names next to them for a lot of folks on the leadership team. So if you have any questions, you can ask those people what they're doing, why those are their goals, what they plan on doing to get there, encourage them in any way you can, all that cool stuff. I think that's it for me, right? Oh yeah. And in the shorter term. Bonuses. Hopefully we'll have some bonuses at the end of the month. We are still getting final numbers for anybody who's been working here. We actually expect we're still waiting on final numbers. There's always adjustments that have to be made. Find out something I put in the wrong category or whatever, but we expect at least a 10% profit for this fall, which is huge because we've never gone more than 5% in the fall. Fall is usually our worst time. Our revenue usually drops after the summer. This year, actually, our revenue at both locations was higher than it was this summer. So, and therefore, there's profits, right? So that's cool. We are going to be implementing a different bonus structure starting in 2026. One of the things we've been doing the last few years is all the leadership team had individual target things they were trying to hit And if they got them, they got a bonus. If they didn't, they didn't. But now that they all know those KPIs and why they're important, we're still gonna keep track of them and let them see them because they help us understand are we doing well or not. But we're just gonna tie everything to profits for everybody, so that we don't have to worry about like, oh well, I hit this number, that person hit that number, right? It's gonna just kind of be evened out, so everybody's playing, especially as we're doing some of these experiments, right? Instead of worrying about how much money we're making on Parents Night Out, it's like, how much money are we making, right? And are we filling those gaps? And if that means classes on the weekends or whatever else, we're all just working together to get there. So that's going to change a little bit. And then coach sponsorship program is going to alter. That's effective in May. So because this is going long, we're going to talk about that more next month. But in the meantime, anybody who's using their coach sponsorship, it works through April, which is pretty much the end of most seasons anyway, except for finals in the summer. But we have ways that will work anyway too. But so we're still trying to finalize that. I'm having a few people review it, but we'll talk about that next month. I think that's it for me. Is this really my last slide?
I think so.
Yay!
Thank you. We have a couple birthdays this month. We have Jamie. We have James. And we have Isabella. We have gift cards for each of you. Ken, will you lead us?
Sure.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jamie James Isabella. Happy birthday to you.
Tracy has picked up desserts. It will be in the party room. Please bring any chairs that you might have brought out or just reorganize a little bit for you been sitting. If you want to play a game, we don't have a super scheduled game, but if you want to play Foursquare is available. As well as we have a checkup list. If you live